How to Remember Your Soul Contract by Ayan Farvahar. When you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. Khalil Gibran. Hi, this is Ayan Farvahar. I'm glad you're here. If it's your first time here, this channel is about self-realization and honoring a life purpose and meaning. If you're interested in these topics, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay connected. Today, I would like to invite you to contemplate on the idea of soul contract and whether life has a greater purpose than we know. If there is such a purpose for us coming to this world, what is that? Who decided that for us? We did. Our souls did. But when and why? The fact that you're here listening to these words reveals something about you. You are here because you are on a mission, a soul-driven mission to find the truth and meaning of your life. Your soul has called you to this mission because it wants you to know why you came to this life. It wants you to remember your soul contract, the contract that brought you to this life. Among all possible paths of life before you, only one can bring the highest sense of meaning to your life. Only one makes your heart wanting to come along with you. This one path signifies your soul contract, the true purpose of your life. If these words resonate with you, you are in the right place and may find the ideas presented here inspiring and a step forward toward the life your soul intended for you. The purpose of my presentation today is to provide a background related to the idea of soul contract and share some evidence in support of its existence. I also provide some ideas on how to find out what your life contract and purpose is. More specifically, we cover the following topics. What is soul contract and who signed up for it? Evidence in support of the existence of soul contract. Why should we care about soul contract? Steps to remember our soul contract. And shamanic path to knowing our soul contract. Let's contemplate on these. If you wish, you can jump directly to any of these topics using the timestamps I provided in the description below. What is soul contract and who signed up for it? In simple terms, soul contract is a pledge that our soul makes before starting a new life in this world. This pledge specifies a life purpose and an ideal path that soul intends to experience. The idea of soul contract, as defined here, is intriguing and empowering. but it also implies that we came to this life willingly and knowingly. And the life we are in is supposed to bring us the very challenges and opportunities our soul desired to experience. If that's the case, then finding and honoring what our soul contract is should be our first mission in life, because it reflects what our soul intended. Unfortunately, once we are born to our bodies, we no longer have access to the clairvoyance consciousness of our souls. We enter a state of soul amnesia and no longer remember what our soul contract actually is. The ideal path that our soul intended is now hidden from us, and we must find a way to remember it. Evidence in support of the existence of soul contract. As mentioned, once we come to this world, we enter a state of soul amnesia. So, the idea of us actually having a soul contract may seem like a fantasy to our rational mind, or at best, just an intriguing idea. A couple of years back, I came across the work of Dr. Michael Newton, a master hypnotherapist with a PhD in counseling psychology. Hypnotherapy is a technique commonly used to gain access to past memories or past life events through hypnotic trance and time regression. Dr. Newton developed a technique to take his clients deeper into a state of hypnotic trance where souls experienced conscious existence between two earthly reincarnations. He called this place the spirit world, where souls experienced a life between lives. He worked with many clients and recorded their accounts of how this spirit world looked like. He published the transcripts of those accounts in his book Journey of Souls, Case Studies of Life Between Lives. I have provided a link related to this topic in the description below. Dr. Newton also noticed a startling consistency in his clients' accounts of the spirit world. This made the description of the spirit world more collective, as opposed to a personal fantasy of an individual under a hypnotic trance state. It is useful to highlight some of those accounts here based on my understanding of them. They're also relevant to our subject and the idea of soul contract. In the spirit world, souls stay in small colonies between two incarnations and experience a state of conscious existence. Souls have no obligations to reincarnate and only do so out of own free will and desire for advancing their spiritual maturity. Souls reincarnate with desired goals and experiences in mind and are given body and life conditions that are aligned with these goals. Souls choose the life that offers the most ideal path or highest potentiality toward their spiritual evolution and maturity. Based on these accounts, it seems you and I are living the very life we chose to experience, even in this very moment. Now the question is whether we can find the most ideal path that our soul intended us to find and live. Why should we care about soul contract? The ideas presented so far seem to suggest that we come to this life consciously because our soul believes this life to have a path in which we experience the very challenges we need to advance our spiritual growth and maturity. We can even view the spiritual idea of soul contract as a natural desire in all of us to have purpose and meaning in life. This purpose does not have to be grandiose and can be anything that is most valuable and personally meaningful to us. This could be a desire to be an artist to imagine, a philosopher to contemplate on truth, a writer to create, a loving parent to motivate, or anything else in between and beyond that our soul wished to manifest. Do you know what your soul wanted you to experience in this life? What gift your life brings to you and to the world? What is your heart calling you to do in this life? If you don't know or you're not sure, maybe now is a great time to find out the very purpose and meaning of your life. Because it is never late to know your soul's intentions. Steps to remember our soul contract. So far, we focus on the idea of soul contract, provided some evidence in support of its existence, and highlighted its value as a way to search for purpose and meaning in life. Now the question is how to remember, or at least get an idea, why we came to this life and what our soul intended for us to do. To do that, we need to find a way to reconnect to the wisdom of our soul. But how? This is possible, but only through activation of what I refer to as our inner senses, or simply our intuition and imagination. Intuition and imagination are powerful channels of communication we can use to connect to our soul and deeper spiritual realities and dimensions. More precisely, intuition is the language of our soul. Unfortunately, access to intuition can be blocked by strong beliefs and negative emotions of our psyche. So to invite intuition, we first need to find a way to heal and let go of our strong beliefs and negative emotions. To clarify what I mean, let's use a heart analogy. Imagine your heart as a container that holds all your emotions, including your strongest beliefs and negative emotions experienced in your life up to this point. Similarly, you can view heart as where your intuitions and gut feelings originate from. So the more strong beliefs and negative emotions you carry around in your heart, the more cluttered it would be, and the harder it becomes to get access to your intuitions. In simple terms, you need an open heart in order to access your intuitions and the clairvoyance wisdom of your soul. Fortunately, there are practical approaches to heal and let go of our strongest beliefs and negative emotions. Two of such approaches are IFS self-leadership and psycho-shamanism. These are psycho-spiritual techniques that can take us back to the originating source of these beliefs and emotions to understand, heal, or let go of them so we can clear and open our hearts again. I've provided some links related to these approaches in the description below, in case you're interested to learn more about them. Shamanic Path to Knowing Our Soul Contract. So far, we focused on intuition as the main channel of communication to stay connected to our soul and its clairvoyance wisdom. But there is a deeper and more spiritual dimension to soul contract. One thing I did not mention so far is that our souls have companions and guides in the spirit world. The existence of these guides has been reported not only during hypnotic trances, but also as a part of many spiritual and shamanic wisdom traditions across the world. So another way to know our soul contract is through establishing spiritual connection to our inner guides, especially the one guide who is the closest to us. This guide is our daimon, celestial twin, or tutelary spirit, who is our inseparable soul companion in all worlds. In religious terms, you can think of daimon or celestial twin as your guardian angel. More information related to daimon and celestial twin can be found in my earlier presentation linked here. Establishing connection to our celestial twin opens the door to higher spiritual insights beyond just our soul contract. We can do that using active imagination and shamanic journeying. Accessing our celestial twin is like having access to a deeper source of wisdom beyond the wisdom of our soul. Everything becomes clear and intuitive in life because we now have access to the clairvoyance wisdom of our soul and higher wisdom of our guide. With these insights, our soul contract and the ideal path of life are intuitively known. The only thing left for us is to embrace and honor it, exactly as our soul wished and always intended. If you have found this presentation interesting, please like and share it with your like-minded friends. Also, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and share your thoughts and comments. Your support is the foundation of this channel and encourages me to create more content in the future. Blessings.